Start. Sure.
1, 2, 3, start.
Hey, last talk. I'm tired as hell. Jet lag is real. I know you're tired too, so I'll try and keep this nice and simple. For the last 6 weeks or so, I've been working with a company in Australia that make farming equipment that measures water usage at farms. So they actually have their own hardware that they build all the firmware for, they build all the hardware, they build all the cloud services and the monitoring, and they put these devices in the ground and they measure the amount of water at different levels. And they do that with irrigation systems, and they do that with tank measuring systems. And basically, they're trying to create the future of how we grow our food, because with the amount of humans on the planet, it's not actually sustainable at the current rate of the way that we grow our food. It's very damaging to the planet generally. So that's all pretty cool. Yeah, they build all their own stuff. What's really cool about these devices as well is they're in fields, like they're in the weather all the time. They power themselves, they have solar power. They do their own mesh networking, so one device can talk to another device on the farm until they find something that has a 3G signal, and it will eventually get up into the cloud. And for the last few weeks, I've been working on these battery charts. I recorded a video, but the mouse is being funny. All right, cool. All right, so this chart here is I mean, it's a recording, so it's not live, but it will be. And this shows the dark patterns there on the chart are the nightfall, so that's based on real calendar data of like when day and night is. The weather across the top, it's actually faked out with emojis, but I don't think there was a typhoon there, but there could have been. And this chart is the battery chart, so it's showing the device's power meter over a 7-day period. So it will discharge over in the afternoon period as the sun goes down, and it'll come back up with some battery power or with more solar. So these charts are kind of fun. I'm building everything in React and D3, and I thought I'd show you just the code. So this is your typical D3 document, and it's very verbose, and it's got some strange kind of syntax, and it's something that's always really bothered me about D3 and made me feel like I didn't know what I was doing. And I guess you can see the really laborious stuff here is like transforming elements and changing attributes, and it's a really long form way of doing this. So what we've actually been doing is we're using React, as I said. We're using JSX, and so here, this file here is the container for that chart that you saw. What I might point out, minute 48, all right, that's good. What I might point out about this chart is that like the axis is made up of 3 axes. We're actually using a vertical line that goes all the way through, which is the midnight point at every day. We're showing the date which we change and format based on when it hits a new month or when we introduce a new month. Kind of cool, kind of interesting. Minute 24, all right, this is tough. And so what we're actually doing is we're using, this is React 0.15, which now allows you to use any SVG attributes, so you can just actually put SVG elements straight into your JSX. That's really cool because we're building discrete components. So that axis that you see at the bottom is a component. So if we want to build another chart that kind of looks like that chart, we take that axis component. Here, for example, is our weather component. I've got a bunch of emojis in a map, as you can see, and I just have a render function, and the render function, oh gosh. The render function just draws a group and then translates it into the right position and adds some styles using CSS modules. Anyone can write this. It doesn't feel like you're transforming one element and you don't know what it's returning, and it's this really weird D3 syntax. Where's the coolest thing? Yeah, this is pretty cool. All right, so there's day-night patterns. I just send in, 18 seconds, that's good. I send in a scale and the data and tell it how high it can render those little areas. And it just maps over them. And for each one it maps, it figures out where the day started yesterday versus today in the morning, and then draws the width. And then it gets a rectangle, and it gives it a width and an X position, and it just puts it in the chart. And we render it like an element. So it's pretty cool. If you're doing React in D3, definitely check out this technique. It's been really good for us, and we test it all as well, which is great, because then you can test the assertion of what you're doing. Okay, thanks.